Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Secrets of Grindea. Kind of want to apologize for the sound being a little loud on the keyboard, but hopefully it should be okay because I kind of moved the mic a little bit further away from the keyboard, so maybe that's good. But anyways, let me just double check. Yeah, I'm streaming, it's live. Minimize that so it's not in the background and distracting me. Alright, so where did I leave off? In the last episode, I started my adventure, became a cool shadow ninja that can do like a cool counter type move thing. I don't have a lot of money in game, so I'm not really going to be buying a lot of equipment or weapons or anything. Technically, I could probably start grinding for some better equipment and stuff, but I probably should have done that off screen. And there's a shirt that I could use if I show you here. Go down to armor. So I can use that shirt plus 30 rabbit furs, which I only have 8 of, in order to make this better armor. Well, it's technically better. It has faster attack speed, but lower defense and max health. I could use this one, which is even less attack speed boost, same health loss, but no defense lost. Interesting. Or I can do this one, which has more defense, a little bit of attack speed boost, but again, no max HP increase. So it's kind of an interesting decision now that I think about it. But for all of them, I'm going to need more grinding, so I'll probably not worry with that for now. But one thing I did forget was I didn't spend my talent point. So what was I going to do? That's right. Insult to injury, so that when I deal damage to enemies that have a status debuff, then it'll do more damage. Because in case... Oh man, the game is like lagging a bit. I would assume, you know, because I'm streaming, but kind of puts a dampener. Oh, hey, damper? I don't know what the right phrase is for that. Kind of makes it less fun to be playing as a character that needs to have precise timing and just wow. I was trying to think of the right way to phrase that. Like just smacking him around. But that is probably not the best way to phrase that. But, yeah, once the boars start charging at you, if you can get them to line up and hit a... oh, I don't have enough carrots. If you can get them to line up and, like, hit a wall, then they'll be stunned for a decent amount of time. So that you can just wail on them. And I'm assuming that I get carrots from... come on. From the rabbits. Yeah. I don't know how many I have, though. So, let's see. Is 2 more enough? Oh, it is. Nice. So then that spawns this, this white rabbit that when you do enough damage to it, it goes into berserk mode. So that it... doesn't take any flinching damage, or not flinching damage, but it doesn't flinch from your attacks. I think I was trying to use my counter on it, but just regular attack should finish it off. And huzzah, I get a carrot sword, which does more damage. And okay, it's like for a second there it wasn't showing up, but obviously it does now. So I'd kind of like to fight a few more of these boars. Ah. Oh, jeez. Taking quite a bit of damage. Because they're quite strong. And their attack doesn't have that much wind-up. So, it can be a bit difficult to time that attack. I'm also not really sure what other moves I should learn in order to go with this sort of like ninja theme. Because there's not a ton of other moves that would be like, you know, a shuriken or something. But one thing that's interesting is this place is a place where you can use a bow. or where you get the bow. And for 50 gold coins, I can now, what's the button for it? D. I could do this little archery mini game. Ah, dang. So, wow, I am really missing. Okay. I've definitely done this before, so I'm confident I can do it on my second try. Because I need to get 10,000 points in order to get an increase on my quiver. Ah, dang. And essentially the way to do it is to never miss. That's one thing. Ah, dang it. Like I just did. To never miss and to pretty and to pretty much only hit the red and the blue slimes and the bee, of course. And that should be the way to do it. And dang, 50 points away. Alright, so if I just don't miss the first shot and then just do that again, basically. And I do find it interesting that you do kind of have to move while you're shooting, so that you can, ah, dang, so that you can hit the blue, not the balloons, wow, the slimes in the back rather than the ones in the front, like the green ones. So this guy, he says that he can increase my bow strength, I guess, for, what was that, 1500, but I'm not really going to be using the bow that often. It's really just for when I'm up against like a ranged enemy that is extra tough or something. Did I take damage? I don't think I did. I should probably be immune to damage while I'm doing that counter move. Let's see. That's not the right one. And you can actually charge up the bow. It's actually quite strong. I was so busy using other moves that I wasn't prepared to use my normal moves. I probably should have used a potion that would actually heal me, because you don't actually get to heal very often in this game outside of those those little health drops. Like, I think that might be the only way to heal outside of getting that heal potion that, of course, I decided to use as a loot potion. Hello, Jar of Jam. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. How are you today? I'm assuming that you're going to want me to play balloons, which definitely understand. But I'm just not really in the mood for balloons at the moment. I've been playing the Adventure Time balloons one, obviously just off stream, for a little while now, and I'm enjoying it. I had kind of gotten a bit stuck in a rut, basically, which I might explain more when I actually get into playing it again. What is this game? This game is called Secrets of Grindea, and it's still in beta, but it's a fantastic game that I would definitely recommend you looking into if you feel like it's a game you would enjoy. It's on the PC. I don't think it's on console, partially because, you know, it's not finished yet. It's still in beta and all that. But I don't know. I think it's probably worth looking into if you want to play it. It does have controller support, so if you wanted to play it on a controller, that's an option. It's only about 15 bucks on Steam. I would assume it's not like any more expensive in other countries or anything, but I don't know. Will I play balloons tomorrow? Probably. I know that's what my main demographic probably wants to watch, so I'll probably play it tomorrow. And I do kind of want to play the Adventure Time one, but just because I haven't really played that one much on stream at all. I've pretty much mostly just played the Oh wait, oh wow, I just realized never mind. I was gonna say I totally forgot about this puzzle at some other point. So what am I doing here? I need to move this down, that over. Let's see. So basically, because I'm sure I've solved this puzzle multiple times. Hold on, that dang it. Yeah. Okay, because I need to be able to move this here and move it over to here. Yes, very riveting commentary as I just put all of my brain power into this puzzle. Anyways, what do I do in this game? You fight monsters and collect loot and rinse and repeat for the most part. You can level up different skills to change up your gameplay. Like right now, I'm playing essentially as a ninja. It's probably the best way to describe it. Just because of the moves that I decided to work on. And you know what? This is probably easier just to put it right here. So basically right now I'm a ninja because I've got the shadow clones that will deal additional damage on all of my basic attacks. And then I've got a sort of like counter backstep dodge thing, which is pretty cool. And I should probably not have my Steam like connected right now. I don't know how to change that. So yeah, that's a thing. Actually, and you know what? Can I put that on the head? Can equip. Let's see. You know, I think I will equip that just because it's extra crit damage. And it also raises bow damage, which is pretty interesting. Although the witch hat probably is better because it increases magic. Yeah, I'll show it. Yeah, it looks like an old game. It's intentionally like retro inspired. Like I was saying, the game's still like in development, so obviously it's not like it came out a long time ago. But it is inspired by those older like Super Nintendo games, basically, which is why it has the aesthetic that it has. But I actually really enjoy this art style. It's one of my favorite art styles. Okay, I was like, wait, did I kill him or no? I feel like I was on a train of thought. Oh, that's right. For like the Steam notifications of like, oh, my friend is playing this game or something. Do you know how to change that? It looks like old Pokemon. Yeah, which I kind of agree in that term, like that phrasing, calling it old Pokemon, but because the well, yeah, I was gonna say because the game that you're thinking of, or the games I guess that you're thinking of that are old Pokemon are like the first Pokemon games that I have ever played. It does make, or not first games I've ever played. I actually played the older ones before that, but never mind. Point being, it kind of made me feel old, which was kind of funny to me. But you don't have a PC, so unfortunately you would not be able to join me. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of curious if this would be like on tablet or something. Oops. It's kind of interesting. I guess I wasn't close enough for him to attack. It's interesting. Yeah, losing my train of thought. So what's kind of funny about this place, because I'm pretty much skipping all the story stuff. I'm just kind of going through it pretty quick. But essentially there's this curse or whatever that put me back to the beginning of the forest after I tried to escape it. And now, of course, I have to try to find a way to break the curse. But there was this person that I was talking to earlier, this witch over here, that had a quest for me. Now, I'm gonna increase that, Yeah, so I guess it is like every 3 levels or something that I get the gold point. Why are pumpkins evil? They're just generally associated with Halloween and whatnot. Let's see. Let's go around pumpkin woods. Okay, so yeah, I need a lot more pumpkin meat and I need ectoplasm. So that shouldn't be too difficult. I feel like my reflexes are not what I thought they were. But I'm probably going to get quite a few pumpkin meat and ectoplasm as I continue just fighting monsters, so I'm not going to worry too much about farming them for now. Because, of course, this is where you get ectoplasm from these ghosts. And, Okay, I was worried that counter thing wouldn't really work because of the way that the ghosts move. Like I would just be dodging out of the way of them or something. Or they'd be dodging out of the way of me since they're moving. But basically just gotta talk to this guy. He says that there's these 4 powerful monsters that have the items he needs to break the curse. So let's see. Charge up. And take that guy down. Just because he's a ranged enemy. And oh, would you look at that? My magic attack has been increased by 15. And, you know, I don't even know why I chose that that potion that increases the loot drop and whatnot. Because it only takes effect for 20 seconds. So I'm never going to want to use that. Are pumpkins the main enemy? No, they're just the enemy in this area. They're not like the enemy you're always fighting or anything. Because while I'm in this spooky Halloween-y type thing or area, it's just one of the many areas in this game, so don't gotta worry about that. If I could just, I'm gonna get one more ectoplasm before before I move on. Do I know about Crash Bandicoot? Yes. I never really played it when it first came out. Because I never really had a PlayStation until PlayStation 3. I didn't exactly like grow up on it. And I know that they have the reboot, or not reboot, remaster or whatever. Interesting. I don't use base after 2 seconds. Perfect riding melee tackle damage the attacker. That's pretty good. The when chaining normal attacks, every other strike gets a damage boost. So that's pretty good. We just see yeah. Okay. Let's see, and then I can increase Shadow Clone again now because I have a cold point. And then dodging strike to level 4. So on my next level will be at level 5, obviously. And then I'll need to choose what I want for my next skill. Because I like to level them up all the way to 5 before I oh yay, got ectoplasm. I like to level them up to 5 before I what am I saying? Before I move on to another skill. And yeah, I know about Spyro too. And again, didn't grow up on it, so not particularly excited for the re-release or remaster or whatever you want to call it. I know it's better than a re-release. That's not the right phrase for it, but it's not something that I'm super excited about or anything. I don't think it'll be bad necessarily, but you know. Come on. Yeah, haunting. I was hoping that would be enough to finish it off. And I got the ghastly veil. And haha. What was I gonna say? So yeah, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. You know, funny enough, I do actually have and play Ratchet and Clank. I mean, not recently, but I did live with someone that had a PS2, so I have played Ratchet and Clank. I played the first one, and then I played Crack in Time and pretty much all the games after that. Except for All for One. I never played that one. But I'm okay with not playing that one. What was I gonna say? So it is kind of funny that I do know that game pretty well, but not so much the others. And oh hey, look, I got enough pumpkin meat. Sweet. Blah 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 blah. So then I get an extra talent orb, which is pretty cool. What was I gonna do? That's right, backhanded. You have Crash and Spyro on your PS3. That's cool. I heard someone say that Crash was like the Dark Souls of platformers or something, which was kind of funny, just because it's particularly difficult. But yeah, but I've also heard that it's difficult more because the camera's not very great, and the controls are a bit tricky, and depth perception is a bit off. So it's not so much that the game itself is a good kind of difficult. It's more that it's not a very good, it's not a supremely well-made game, and that's why it's difficult. Which is part of why I'm not really that interested in playing it. Spyro I am interested in, but again, I didn't really grow up on it, so there's not as much nostalgia for me in playing it. This is a bit of a tough enemy to fight when I've got all these distractions, because it's quite strong, and I am dying. Let's see, almost ran into that. Ah, dang it. Okay, cool. How long is this game? It depends. I'd say it's a pretty long game, but again, still in development. It's not over yet, but it's a decently sized game. Like, you could easily spend like, I don't know, 30 hours if you're, well, maybe that's a bit much. Probably 20 to 25 if you don't grind too much. But if you do grind and you try to get everything in the game, that'll definitely get you up to like 30 hours, maybe 40. Because all the enemies, of course, have their own unique drops. And you can craft things with those drops. And on top of that, there's also unique cards that will basically be like permanent buffs that you can collect one from each enemy. And yeah, it's pretty long. Obviously, if you've like already beaten the game and you're just going through real quick because you know where everything is, then it'll be less time. But yeah, and they're still updating it. I'd say it's probably 3/4 of the way done, but maybe closer to like 3/5. But obviously, it's hard to say when the game's not finished yet. But I like it. I like this game. It's been in development for a few years now, but that's because only like 3 people are working on it, and it's just kind of their little passion project. So well, you don't have a PC, so I can't recommend that you look into it or whatever. But for anyone else watching this, if you have a PC and you're interested in this kind of game, I would definitely recommend it. How did that bag hold a giant coin? This is essentially what would be called like a bag of holding. It's a magical artifact where anything that you put in it has no weight and takes up no space, basically. So it's a magical TARDIS bag, and he was holding a teleportation panel so that I can now teleport to and from here. And would you look at that, we're in the sky, which is kind of funny because I don't think the teleportation panel was on this, like, on this structure. So I'm actually going to step outside for a second. And, oh, okay, yeah. So now I'm on this floating island. I'm actually going to teleport. Hold on. I'm actually going to teleport back to town because so that bag could hold the moon. Probably Probably could hold the moon. There's probably a limit on how much the bag can open, so I don't think the bag can expand enough to actually get the moon inside of it. But let's see. I'm going to switch out my potion for a health potion because that would be very useful. And I do have a decent amount of money, so I might as well try to buy something useful. Yeah, I guess magic attack is better than critical chance. Those are just all negative. Let's see. Yeah, nothing is going to give me more magic attack. And unless it gives me even more physical attack, but could hold a bus? That is a good question. I don't think it's ever had the chance to test that out, so I would not know for sure. But let's see if I have enough money for better armor. I probably, well, if they sell a better weapon, I probably have enough for it. I don't really use a shield that often, so I'm not that worried. More defense at the cost of less max HP. Or more magic attack. It's only a little bit more magic attack, and it's a decent amount of health that I'd be losing, so don't think I'll go for that. I would like more, or more shoes, better shoes, since there's no real downside to that. And yeah, I've already got a better sword, so I'll just equip those shoes. Why is there shadows following me? That is my shadow clone ability that makes the enemies, or makes the shadow clones, I guess, attack after me and makes me do more damage and whatnot. So I'm actually going to equip the blindfold as a style for my character, just because I like the look of it being blindfolded, which makes more sense for the whole ninja theme, in my opinion. So let's see. Max HP, max EP, attack, and magic attack. Yeah, I'll go with the. There we go. Yeah, those two rings so that my attack is better. And will it let me do it now, or do I have to wait? Yeah, I think I have to wait. But anyways, I'm going to teleport back because I mostly just wanted to heal. And then I figured, hey, since I'm here, I might as well shop. How long am I going to stream for? Another 10 minutes or so. 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to see if I can finish this dungeon in that time. I don't know exactly how long it'll take me. So, we'll see. Because it's not that long of a dungeon, and especially since I already know what I'm doing, it shouldn't be that long. And I do I was gonna say, I do kind of want to like grind to level up a bit more. But okay, so that's already stronger. I'm gonna increase attack speed. Yeah. Okay. Are the shadows OP? I would almost call them that, just because you could do lots of damage very quickly, especially to bosses. Obviously, these enemies are now like in the next zone, so it's kind of expected that I did some leveling up in the previous area, but I didn't do that much leveling up. And because it's a because it's a single-handed weapon versus a two-handed weapon, it's not going to be the most powerful, like the most brute forcey. And dang, because these crystals are blocking damage from the robots, which is what was making them so difficult. And I really don't have a lot of range. So if I do get to fight the boss, which I probably will, I'll probably just play until I beat the boss. So when I do that, it's you're really going to be able to see the strength of this build. It's essentially a boss slaying build. There's actually 3 bosses I'm gonna fight. I just realized that. So we'll see about that. Oh man. Yeah, definitely not a lot of range. That's the biggest weakness. Is the game easy or hard? That actually depends on how much time you want to spend playing it. Because if you want to spend the time to just grind away and get a bunch of experience and level up all your skills and stuff, then this game is not very difficult. Like that. However, if you don't spend any time leveling up and you just try to rush through it, then you're in for some trouble. Because obviously I was able to take down that boss pretty quickly, but if there's just a bunch of enemies around me, I'm not that strong. I would need all the enemies to group up and like get in a big circle so that I could easily destroy them with my tiny sword. There's other builds that you can do that could make the game easier or harder. Like one of my other characters that I like to use is a summoner. The boss got easily beaten, yeah. Because the boss essentially just stands around and shoots lasers. So if I can just get in close and then... if I can just get in close and get in a bunch of hits, then he is pretty much pointless. Or not pointless, but defenseless for the most part. And I got a cool ability out of it, which is one of my favorite abilities in a video game. It's not super amazing, but it can make for some pretty fun platforming and a pretty interesting puzzle in a few moments that, of course, because I've already played this multiple times, the puzzle's not too difficult, but dang. I really do struggle against lots of singular enemies. Do I have a PS4? I do have a PS4. But I don't really have a lot of multiplayer games. I mean, of course I have Fortnite. That's a game like everybody has, basically. But may I ask why you're asking? Let's see. Lots of damage on him once I actually was able to hit him. I really don't like those turkey things because they've got a lot of range and their moves aren't super telegraphed. But anyways, was that it? Is that all the bosses? Yeah. Let me check my attacks. That's alright. Come on. I don't like that I keep hitting him out of my range. You're gonna try to get a PS4? Hey, I need to stop reading when the enemy is right there. Okay, do I have an Xbox One? I do not have an Xbox One. I've never really been an Xbox fan. So I've mostly just been Nintendo and PS4. I mean, Nintendo and Sony, I guess. PlayStation 3 for the... jeez. My timing is terrible. There we go. That's nice. Just one good counter is all I need. You don't like Xbox? Yeah. I mean, it has its audience, but I am just not part of that audience. Jeez. I wanted to do that with my shield up for safety. Whew. But clearly it was unnecessary. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, you know, there's a lot of like lore in this game that I'm totally skipping right now, because this whole base essentially created a giant monster that they've been trying to stop ever since. Totally gonna ignore that bird. Oh, and this is the puzzle that, of course, like I said, I've already played this enough to know how to, yeah. I already know how to get past it. So, did I do that right? I don't think I did. No, I did not. You don't know why Fortnite is so popular? Well, it has a few things going for it, which, dang, I just realized I kind of broke it a little bit. There we go. I enjoyed playing it because it was kind of fun to just sort of hide in one spot of the map and then just wait until I'm in like the top 10 and then try to sneak out and get like one sneaky kill or something. But the fun of that kind of drained once I realized I'm spending like 15 minutes just standing around just so I could play for a minute or something. But yeah, then of course near the beginning of the game I was like, oh well, I'm new, I'm not that great at these kinds of games, it's fine if I don't do well. But then I actually started doing decent, and then, you know, it wasn't that fun to lose when I felt like I should have been doing better. And let's see, how quickly can I defeat this guy? Whew. And was that it? Did I beat it? Yeah! So yeah, that boss is also not that difficult when I'm strong enough, because I was able to just wail on him. Now let's see, what did I get? It's increased defense and attack speed, but again, losing the health. I'm probably going to go for it just because of the extra defense and attack speed, even if my health is a bit lower. And I have had an issue with being low on health. I was really interested in Fortnite, not only just for the gameplay aspect of it, but the whole missile, or not the missile, the meteor that crashed, and the meteor and hold on, the meteor and the missile, basically. Each of their like season, what's it called? Like I don't even know what it's called. Transitions, I guess, or like themes. I thought those were really well handled, or they were handled really well. So it made me invested in it and made me want to go back and play it again. So I thought that was really cool. But as I was saying before, in any kind of competitive game, I'll play it and think at first like, oh, I'm not that good. It's fine if I lose. I'm learning and it's fun. But then once I start getting to the point where I feel like I should be better than this, like I shouldn't be making these mistakes, then I start getting frustrated and angry, and it's not fun. So have I seen The Cube? Do you mean the movie, or oh no, you mean Fortnite? I have no idea what The Cube is, because I have not been playing the last few weeks, or the last few months, I guess. I don't know. This last season, I've only played for a little bit. So I don't know what's up with it. The Fortnite Cube, yeah. I've heard of it, but that's basically it. Like, I know that it's a thing, but I have no idea what that thing is. And, dang. Oh boy. HP critical. Third boss, yeah. Let's see. Heal! Did not heal very much. Ooh, that was bad. Bad idea. Whew. Big laser. Let's see. No? Is he not gonna fight at me? Okay. Almost died right there. Now let's see. There we go. Finished him off. And now comes the fun part. Yes, I did almost die. And I might still, because now shoots lasers. Well, not lasers. Energy ball things, which is fine. You can dodge it right here, but then he starts dropping missiles, which I'm actually surprised aren't targeting me. When I was playing this multiplayer, they were definitely targeting me, but I guess for single player they don't, or something. So there we go. Oh, for a second I was like, wait, is he gonna do one more attack? But no. So he's not that difficult. Again, I did almost die, but he's not that bad. So this bag is essentially an ancient relic, and so is this amulet. Or it's an amulet, but it's called amulet, or amulet, I guess. And huzzah, I have it now. So, yeah. Now I just gotta go back to my collector boss person. Which, how much? I've got a decent amount of experience. Well, not a decent amount, a small amount of experience until I level up. Let me actually do a little bit of grinding first. Well, actually, no. I need to leave because my health is low. So I'm going to head out here. And then... Oh, that's right. I know what... Oh, look. So I can talk to this person. And they can make me a house. And it's essentially a TARDIS house. 3,000 gold. How much do I have? 1,939. So I can't afford it yet. But yeah, it's like a bigger on the inside type of house. This guy, Marino, he's a rival of mine that is very snooty and posh, basically. And he just stole the amulet. So I gotta go chase him down. And it's a completely scripted event. I can't actually catch him, but that's my intent. How powerful can I get? I'm not sure what the level cap is, because the first time I played this game, when it was about like 1/3 done, or like 2/5 done maybe, when I first played it, I could get up to about level 20, I think, which isn't that far, but it takes a bit of time. And then I played it again later, and I think I was probably able to get to like level 30, but they've updated it since then. So I'm not actually sure how long, how much more they've updated, basically. So now let's take down Marino, who may actually be difficult, but we'll see. Ah. Because he's a fencer, and never mind, he's a weakling. Just finish him off with a dashing strike. I actually forgot what it was called. I think it's dashing strike. And huzzah, now I leveled up. So let's see. So my dodging strike, that's what it is. 4 bosses, yeah. 4 bosses, Shadow Clone. Okay, so Spirit Slash is essentially, it like increases or releases a circle around me, and then I attack really fast against all the enemies, which probably is pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Or Blade Fury. Let's see. Or I can go with Fireball, Meteor, Flamethrower, Ice Spikes, Ice Nova. I think I might go for Ice Nova, so that I can deal damage to an area of effect without worrying so much about like lots of little enemies. Increase my attack speed. So now V. Just be like, whatcha? Wow, that is a really small radius. Sure, okay. I'm sure obviously if I level it up more, it'll have a bigger radius. And I did have over 1,500. So since I'm dealing with, or talking about range, let's increase my bow. Ta-da! Can I upgrade it again? No. Okay. And I'm just going to play a little bit longer. I'm not going to progress the story. I just want to get extra potion and stuff. Am I going to go super OP? Not too much. But we'll see. Or am I going to get super OP? Blah, 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 blah. Totally forgot that this guy actually has a quest for me, so I'm not actually going to do that right now. Let's see if these shops have any new items since I last talked to them. I don't think so. So let's see. Yeah. All right. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to cancel it. Anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. It was a little bit longer because I started a bit early and I'm streaming a bit late, but I'll most likely play Bloons tomorrow. Can I go in every building? I am able to, for the most part, but not right now. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch me play this further, I have a playlist that I have linked in the description to the last time I played this. Essentially, I did a whole Let's Play on it up to wherever the game ended at that point, which is still a bit further from here. But yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.